Okay, good morning. Last class, we have discussed all these things. Okay, see here, dual nature of light. Dual nature of light means the light energy acting as a particle and as well as it is acting as a wave. To explain these phenomena, interference, diffraction, polarization, we had to consider the light in the form of wave. To explain photoelectric effect, Compton effect, Raman effect, we had to consider light in the form of quanta, particle. Louis de Broglie, he says that the photon, light particle, light energy, it is behaving in the form of a wave. It behaves in the form of a wave. Not only that, not only the photon, even the material particles which are having the matter. The constituent idea of a particle is a matter. A material is a particle is made up of some material which is moving, which is behaving in the form of a wave, including electron or any other object. If you are considering any object like that of bullet or something, for us it looks like it is moving along a straight line if it is moving, but actually it is having a wave nature. But the wavelength is very small. These ideas are given by Louis de Broglie, called by the name de Broglie matter waves. Especially for the microscopic particles, whose mass is very small, then lambda is observable, wavelength is observable. If an electron is moving around the nucleus in an atom, then electron, it is behaving in the form of a wave. It behaves in the form of a wave. It is behaving in the form of a wave here. It is having a wavelength, which is containing a wavelength. Then microscopic objects means maybe electron, proton, like that, what we could not be able to see with our naked eye, which are all moving. If they are moving, having a small, larger wavelength here, because mass is very small here, wavelength is observable, therefore wavelength is a large quantity. We can observe that wave nature of the microscopic particles like that of an electron. Whereas macroscopic particles like that of a bullet, bullet if it is fired from a gun, okay, we are not going to see like this, we are going to see only along a straight line. That's true, because the wavelength is very small, because mass is more. Car is moving, if it is moving on a road, it is moving along a straight line. So we are not going to see like this. Yes, but vibration is very small, because mass is very large, wavelength is very small. So macroscopic particles, wave nature, we could not be able to observe it, but there is a wave nature. What we cannot see, you should not say that one, it is not existing. Okay, we are having some limitations. Above that limitation, we cannot see, we cannot hear. So sound energy, what we cannot hear, you should not say sound is not present. No, sound is present. But some animals, they can hear. Ultrasounds, infrasonics. Okay, infrasonics, some animals like that of elephant, they can hear. Ultrasonic, some dogs can hear. And some other animals, they can hear. Even the bats can hear what human being could not be able to hear. Okay, that's why the dogs are barking during the night time. If you are coming out and if you are observing, no sound energy is said to be existing, but dogs, they can hear that sound. So human ability is limited. Some animals are having more ability than that of human being. Human being is having only one most advanced the device, that is the brain. That is the brain. Okay, except that one, all the other parts are weaker than any other animals. Yes, we are using that particular organ only to control all the other ideas, all the other animals and other things. Okay, coming back to the concept here. Okay, wave nature. The wave associated with a material particle, don't forget. The wave associated with the moving particle. Any particle, if it is moving, with the moving particle are called, the wave means is called, you have to write the waves, particles, if you are writing, are called are known as, no problem, de Broglie matter waves. De Broglie matter waves. One more question. De Broglie matter waves. What are de Broglie matter waves? The waves associated with any moving particles which is containing some amount of matter. Any moving particle which containing some amount of matter. Moving material particles. Okay. Together we can write. Moving material particles are called Louis de Broglie matter waves. Louis de Broglie matter waves. One more question. Already we have come across about this. Okay, yes. Now we have to derive an expression for the wavelength. Expression for the wavelength we have to derive here now. This carries 2 marks or 3 marks. Expression for wavelength. Derive an expression for wavelength. We are asking. This carries either 2 marks or 3 marks question. Under that we are going to ask. Derive an expression for the de Broglie wavelength. Derive an expression for de Broglie wavelength. Because the de Broglie waves are there. That waves is having a wavelength. That wavelength, any particle if it is moving like this now, it is having a wavelength. That wavelength is equal to lambda here. That lambda we want to discuss here. Now, according to quantum theory, one by one, I will going to select. Carefully, you have to see that. Okay, with a very easy concept. According to Max Planck's quantum theory. According to Max Planck quantum theory. We explained already. According to Max Planck's quantum theory, it says that E is equal to h nu, where E is the energy of a photon, nu is the frequency of the photon, h is the Planck's constant. Again, I will repeat. E is the energy. It is having an oscillating small packet of energy which is quite discrete and quantized, is represented by E is equal to h nu, where E is the energy content of that particular photon, E is equal to h nu, where h is the Planck's constant, nu is the frequency. Already we are aware of this. Okay, want me to write? I will write here h is equal to Planck's constant, nu is equal to frequency of the photon, concerned photon. Frequency of the concerned photon. I will take this one as equation number 1. According to Einstein, according to Albert Einstein, mass energy relation. Mass energy relation. We can write energy of a body can be converted in the form of mass. Mass of a body can be interconvertible in the form of energy. That E is equal to mc square. Higher classes that we are deriving this equation actually. Under relativity, we are deriving this equation according to Einstein. This one I will take it as equation number 2. According to Einstein's mass energy relation, E is equal to mc square, where E is the energy, m is equal to mass of the photon or mass of the body. E is the energy, c is the velocity of the light. Velocity of light in air medium or vacuum medium. It is a dynamic mass of photon. Don't forget, it is a dynamic mass. Dynamic mass of photon. So this is for a photon, this is for a photon. This is for a photon, this is for a photon. Don't forget. Therefore, from 1 and 2, from equation 1 and equation number 2, what we can write? From equation number 1 and equation number 2, what we can write? This is also energy, this is also energy. Hence, I can write h nu is equal to mc square. I can write. Therefore, mc square is equal to h nu. or h nu is equal to mc square. No problem. Left hand sides, they are equal. Therefore, right hand sides, they must be equal to each other. So I can equate the left hand side here. Therefore, right hand sides, they must be equal to each other. mc square is equal to h nu. But we know that velocity of light c is equal to, in air or vacuum, velocity of light c is equal to nu into lambda. All of us, we know this. C is the velocity of light in air or vacuum medium. Nu is the frequency. Lambda is the wavelength. Therefore, nu is equal to how much? Nu is equal to c divided by lambda, where c is the velocity of light in air or vacuum medium. Lambda is the wavelength. Lambda is the wavelength of the photon. Lambda is the wavelength of the photon, PHO. I will substitute for this. If I'm substituting for that here, we are going to get mc square is equal to here hc divided by lambda. mc square is equal to hc divided by lambda. We got. If you got this as the answer here, one c get cancelled in the left hand side and the right hand side. Therefore, remaining concept mc is equal to h divided by lambda. But I want to get lambda, don't forget. I want to determine this lambda is equal to how much. Therefore, lambda is equal to, taken to the other side here, just interchanging these two terms here. Lambda will take it to here. mc is coming to the denominator, h divided by mc. Small letter c. Small letter c is the velocity of light in air or vacuum medium. Okay, lambda is equal to h divided by mc. Don't forget about this. Mass into velocity. Mass into velocity is the momentum. Don't forget. Mass into velocity. This is momentum represented by small letter p. Therefore, this can also be written as lambda is equal to h divided by p. What is that p? Mass into velocity of light. That is momentum of the photon. P is equal to momentum of the photon. Photon momentum. He has derived up to here. Then, don't forget, he has derived for a photon. I have written for all these things for a photon. First, you go through this. Any doubt is there, you can ask. Further, I suppose to consider. Today, I had to cover this particular portion. Okay, what are de Broglie matter waves? One more question. Is it possible to see for a macroscopic particle or microscopic particle? Explain. If they are asking, you have to explain this. Mass is very small. For a microscopic particle, then lambda is observable. Why can't you see for a microscopic particle the wave nature? Because for a macroscopic particles, where mass is very large, lambda is very small. Therefore, wave nature is not observable. That's all. That's all the concept. Okay, coming to this. According to Max Planck's quantum theory, energy of a photon is discrete and quantized. Each and every photon energy represented by E is equal to h nu. That is quantum of energy. E is equal to h nu, where E is the energy content, h is the Planck's constant, nu is the frequency of the concerned photon. According to Einstein's mass energy relation, any body mass can be converted in the form of energy. Energy can be converted back in the form of mass. Energy and mass, they are interconvertible. This is an idea statement given by Einstein. Mass and energy are different quantities. Mass and energy are not one and the same. They are the different forms of energy. Therefore, E is equal to mc square. E, energy of a body can be converted in the form of mass. Mass of a body can be interconvertible in the form of energy. E is equal to mc square. Therefore, from equation number 1 and 2 here, H nu is equal to mc square. But we know that nu is equal to c divided by lambda. Even from atomic physics that we have already learned about this, even in the case of atomic physics. Substitute. Then lambda you borrow it to this side, and mc you bring it to the denominator. Lambda is equal to h by mc. Lambda is the wavelength of photon. H is the Planck's constant, 6.625 10 to the power of minus 34 joule into second. M is the dynamic mass of the photon. C is the velocity of the photon. M into C is the momentum. P is the momentum here, momentum of the photon. That's all the concept. But Louis de Broglie, he has derived this equation for a photon, but he has extended this particular idea. He has extended this particular concept to the other particles also, not only for the photon. He has given that idea, it is applicable for any other body. If you are considering any other body, if it is moving in the universe, it is applicable. A bullet, if it is fired from a gun, that is also moving in the form of a wave, he says. If a car is moving on a road, that is also having a wave nature. Then how we are going to extend this result? So this is the result that we got. This is the result we got. And that result we are going to extend it to the other bodies. This is for photons. This is for photons. Okay. This is for photons. TO. Okay. Photons. This is observable for any other material particle. For any other material particle which is under motion, which is not should be stationary, it must be moving, which is under motion with a velocity v, with a mass is equal to m. Okay, whose mass is equal to m, whose velocity is equal to v. We can extend this idea. Lambda is equal to h divided by, in place of mc, I can write m into v. This can also be written as h divided by p. Here p is equal to mv. Linear momentum, p is equal to linear momentum of the body, m into v, where m is the mass of the material particle, other than photon of course. V is the velocity of that particular particle which is under motion, having a velocity v. So this is for any other particle. He has extended for any other particle. First he has derived for the photon. Next he is extending that result to the any other particle which is under motion here. Now therefore lambda is inversely proportional to, this implies lambda is inversely proportional to mass. As mass is lesser and lesser here, as mass is decreases, lambda is more. As mass increases here, lambda is less. This is observable, here it is not observable. This is for a microscopic particle here. This is for a microscopic particle. This is for a macroscopic particle. Okay. Understood? Not only this, little bit away from this one, we had to discuss. If you are writing this much, you will get 2 or 3 marks. Whatever it has been allotted, you will get it completely. Completely, you will get 2 marks or 3 marks. Some extra concept for the solution for the problems, not only for that, for your entrance examinations. Okay, we require some more ideas, some more concept that we require. Okay, that also we had to write. Okay, what is that? What is that other concept? Okay, other concept, I will consider as in the form of a note. I will consider in the form of a note. Note number 1. Energy in one format can be written the energy in other format. But both are energy. I have not yet written completely. Energy in terms of one format, energy in terms of other format we can write. energy in terms of EV, I will write energy in terms of kinetic energy. That I will write. The kinetic energy of any body can be written as half mv square, where m is the mass of the body, v is the velocity of the body. Half mv square is the kinetic energy. This is energy in terms of EV, electron volts. Electron volts is a type of energy. Kinetic energy, energy in terms of kinetic energy also is equal to half mv square. Okay. We can write either like this or like this the energy, no problem. Both are different types of energies, but both are energies. We can write either here or like this. Therefore, EV can be equated to half mv square. This is in terms of electron volt, capital V, small e, capital V. EV is equal to half mv square. I will take this 2 to this side. You will get 2 EV. 2 EV is equal to here mv square. 2 EV is equal to mv square. Now multiplying both the sides. Multiplying by m on both the sides. Therefore, 2 mev is equal to, here it is m, one more mv square. Multiplying both the sides by m. Equal sign is there, we can multiply both the sides by m, no problem. Therefore, 2 mev is equal to, this is mv whole square, correct? Therefore, using this, mv is equal to how much? Square root. Take the square root on both the sides. You will get 2 mev. mv, mass into velocity, is equal to square root of 2 mev. Now I will borrow this equation and I will do the substitution. Lambda is equal to h divided by mv. That is equal to here h divided by mv value I will substitute here. This is the value. This value I will substitute here. Therefore, that is equal to square root of 2 mev. Because while solving the problem, an electron is moving with an energy of 2 eV. An electron is moving with an energy of 2 eV. If it is given, you remove that eV and put 2. Enough. eV you remove, energy is given, 2 you write. If that is a problem. If an electron is accelerated with a potential difference of 3 volts, if they are given, then E you have to substitute. 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. M, mass of the electron, 9.1 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. H, 6.625 10 to the power of minus 34. V only is given. If an electron is accelerated with a potential difference of 3 volts, means remove this V and put 3. If an electron is moving with an energy of 3 eV, then remove eV and put 3. This is the way we had to do the substitution. So this is the constant formula now. Now we got one more formula. Lambda is equal to h divided by mv, small m, small v. That is also equal to h divided by square root of 2m small e capital V, where V is the voltage, E is the electron, EV. Okay, this is another concept, note number 1. Now I have to take up note number 2. If kinetic energy is given in terms of EV, we have to do the substitution like this. If kinetic energy is given in terms of joules, what we have to write? We cannot write like this. We cannot substitute here. No, sir, kinetic energy is given if an electron is moving with a kinetic energy of 2.1 10 to the power of minus 17 joules. Now we cannot substitute here. we had to write some other equations and then we had to do the substitution. That we had to write. So how we are going to start with that? Okay, for your entrance examination, we had to learn all the concepts. All the concepts we had to learn. Don't neglect anything. Okay, so I can write energy. We can write in the form of kinetic energy in terms of joules. So therefore, energy is equal to, note number 2, is equal to half mv square. This is in terms of joules, don't forget. This is in terms of joules. SI unit of energy in terms of joules. Now 2, take it to the other side here. So I can get 2E is equal to mv square. Here multiplying by m throughout. Therefore, you are going to have 2me is equal to, multiply with this m here, m into mv square. Therefore, you are going to have 2me is equal to, multiply these two here, mv whole square. Therefore, mv is equal to, here taking the square root on both the sides, you will get 2me. 2me. Now, we got already an equation here. Let us select that equation. This equation, where I have written, okay, lambda is equal to h divided by mv for any other body. Lambda is equal to h divided by mv. I will select that. Lambda is equal to h divided by mv. We know that. Don't write WKT. We know that. That is equal to here. MV, I will do the substitution from here. That is equal to here. H divided by square root of 2me. This is in terms of kinetic energy if it is given. Don't forget. E means energy. Of course, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy if it is given in terms of joules. In terms of joules, if it is given, you have to do the substitution. In terms of EV, it is given, you have to do the substitution in the previous case. Okay, note number 1, that is. So these are the idea here. Lambda is equal to h divided by mv. That is equal to h divided by square root of 2mev. That is also equal to h divided by square root of 2me. You have to remember all these concepts. To solve the problems, we require all these ideas. Okay, problems I will start tomorrow itself. Let us see. So lambda is equal to h divided by mv. That is equal to h divided by square root of 2mev, capital V, small letter e. That is equal to h divided by square root of 2m, capital E, where E is the energy, here in terms of joules. M is the mass of the electron. H is the Planck's constant. Capital V is the voltage, whatever we have applied, potential difference we have applied. E is the electron charge. M is the mass of the electron. As usual, H is the Planck's constant. But as you are calculating all these things, especially here, lambda is equal to H divided by 2mev. Under the square root. If you are calculating all this concept here, meaning except that, what is that? V, except that V. Other things if you are calculating, H divided by square root of 2me, again into square root of V. If you are calculating these things, This answer is equal to 12.27. For your entrance examination, okay, this is required here in terms of angstroms. This is in terms of angstroms, not in terms of meters here, in terms of angstroms. You have to remember this. This answer 12.27 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. 12.27 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter, otherwise in terms of angstroms. This is V as usual. And don't forget H value, already we know that. If you want to do the substitution at home, you do it. H is equal to 6.625, 10 to the power minus 34 joule into second. Mass 9.1, 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Electron charge 1.6, 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Substitute all these things here, you will get like this. Therefore, lambda for an electron, if I want to write, I can write 12.27 divided by root V. Root V. This is in terms of angstroms. This is in terms of angstroms. Remember this also. Okay, go through all these things. I have written systematically all the concept. Just you see that. This is for your homework, you do it. Substitute these values here. These values will substitute, you will get this. But you will not get like this only. Into 10 to the power minus 10 you will get. If I am removing 10 to the power of minus 10, this set to be in terms of angstroms. That's why I have written in terms of angstroms. If you want to write in terms of meter, you will get into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Because 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Okay, go through all the things. Still you are having the time. Go through all these things. Then you take your notes and you hand out it. Starting point. Any doubt that you are having, you can ask me. No problem. See that carefully. Take a sheet of paper and you have to write and practice. Do the practice session at home. Simply seeing all these things, we cannot learn the concepts. We have to write and practice. This is note number 2. I have not shown the note number 1. Applicable for any other material particle first. First you read this, still you are having the time, no problem. First you read this page. This one, YouTube channel name it is written, that's all. Last class it has been written. Okay, yes, first page concept. Then second page. Already I have shown this one. Finish it off. Still you are having 1.5 minutes time. Let us take up slowly, no problem. Understand all the ideas, all the concepts. Okay, this is the third page. It is applicable for any other material particle which is said to be under motion. Any moving particle, not only for the photon, it can be applicable for any other particle which is said to be under movement. Study well at home. If they are asking why for the macroscopic particles we cannot observe the wave nature, macroscopic particles, why we could not be able to observe the wave nature? If they are asking, we have to say this, using this. Lambda is inversely proportional to mass. Okay, then last concept.